What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome to the RNEWS Evening Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/news. 82-year-old Houston area man left without heart medicine for a week due to USPS delays. There have been a few times in which it's taken a week and a half, 2 weeks. But this is the first time I actually ran out, and checking with the post office didn't do much good. Even though I had a tracking number on it, White told KHOU. People will die without getting their medications they need through the postal service. Although this pandemic has shown that a lot of people don't care about people dying. I just want to point for those who don't read the articles that he is still waiting for his medicine. 82-year-old Don White of Humble told KHOU that he has been tracking the package, which shows it has remained at a North Houston mail processing facility for the last 10 days. White told KHOU he hopes to get the package on Monday, and says his mail order prescription has never been this late before. That's probably all part of the plan. It seems old people don't matter anymore. It's not just old people. Younger people get medications through the mail, too. Some medications require strict temperature controls as well, so any delays could render the medication useless, ineffective. There will be deaths if people can't get their medications timely. Like insulin. America really doesn't care about our diabetics. America sure is great at creating some of them though. The Republican Party will frickin' murder you rather than give up power. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/World News. UK refuses to recognise Belarus election result amid mass protests. Hi UK. US here. Kindly keep an eye on us in November. Edit. I did not expect this comment to get so much attention and vitriol. I was unaware that there was an unspoken rule that we cannot mention the United States in a world news sub. I do worry about my nation and made a quick comment about it because we too are coming up to a big election that may be meddled with. So, I'm not going to apologize as my comment was not meant to offend. I am sorry for all of you who felt the need to attack me and censor this subreddit. The world needs more grace and kindness. I offer it to you and ask that you do the same for others. Edit 2. Hey, just wanted to let you know that it can sometimes overshadow issues that aren't as visible as that of the United States if you post about the United States on these particular posts. I know you didn't mean any harm, so I'm not going to flip out and call you names and generalize all Americans as buttholes. Only really immature and insecure people do that. Cheers. Some of y'all need this lesson. It might make your life a lot less angst-filled and allow you to enjoy yourselves. We don't have a choice lol, we hear every little detail of US politics in our news as well. I have 100% Trump fatigue and I don't even live in the US. Literally half the feed on Reddit is Trump said this or Trump did that. Just need to go to the Winchester and wait for all this to blow over. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/News. Death Valley reaches 130 degrees, hottest temperature in US in at least 107 years. That's plenty to fry an egg on the hood of your car. Don't get too attached. Next year gonna be hotter. And the year after that. If COVID taught me anything, humanity is on borrowed time. Millions can't be bothered to wear a mask. Think about what they'll do when asked to change their real habits so we can still live on this planet. When we stayed home in March and the environment bounced back in so many pleasant ways, I saw for a brief moment what was possible but would never happen outside of the honeymoon period of a pandemic. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I was in Vegas last year when it hit 114 F. Crap sucked. I was in Death Valley last night for some stargazing. It was 110 at 11 p.m., 108 at 12:30 a.m. when we left. The hot breeze almost hurt. Edit. Saturday night was last night when I wrote. I have it on pretty good authority that if we stop testing the temperature so much, the temperatures will go down. The only reason it's so high is because we test the temperature more than any other country in the world. Feel bad for anyone at NTC right now. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/News. Nebraska school district cancels classes as staff catch coronavirus. Oh no, if only our scientists could have predicted this. What a time to be alive. Not for long if Republicans have their way. Yet, somehow they always manage to get their way. Voter suppression helps, but that's not the only reason for sure. It's also brainwashing and disinformation. Laughing face. I think these are the big ones. They have like 30+% of the US population simply living in an alternate reality. I think John Stuart Mill said it best in the 1860s: conservatives are not necessarily stupid, but most stupid people are conservatives. I never meant to say that the conservatives are generally stupid. I meant to say that stupid people are generally conservative. I believe that is so obviously and universally admitted a principle that I hardly think any gentleman will deny it. Suppose any party, in addition to whatever share it may possess of the ability of the community, has nearly the whole of its stupidity. That party must, by the law of its constitution, be the stupidest party, and I do not see why honorable gentlemen should see that position as at all offensive to them, for it ensures there being always an extremely powerful party. There is so much dense, solid force in sheerest stupidity, that any body of able men with that force pressing behind them may ensure victory in many a struggle. And many a victory the Conservative Party has gained through that power. Unfortunately, it's more likely that 30% of Americans are just too stupid to help. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/politics. It's going to take everyone. Demonstrations planned nationwide to save the post office from Trump. A lot of people depend on the Postal Service for vital things like medications. The Postal Service is widely popular, so sabotaging it won't help win Trump any votes. Save the Postal Service. I think this might just be the bridge too far. This does require a nationwide pushback. Not only is Trump attempting to short-circuit the election, but he and his cronies are stabbing us in the heart otherwise. How anyone can defend it is beyond me. It's not just ballots that are being slowed, Cooper wrote. It's life-saving medication and checks for our veterans and our elderly. Tampering with the mail is a federal crime. And DeJoy, on Trump's orders, is tampering. I'll bet dollars to dimes that Trump either implicitly or explicitly promised him a blanket pardon in exchange for sabotaging the mail-in vote, which is super-duper illegal. But DeJoy is in for a surprise if charges aren't brought against him until after the election and Donnie loses. Too bad a country doesn't have a president as motivated to stop Americans from dying in a pandemic as he's driven to cheat to stay in power. Focus on the Board of Governors. They have the immediate power to fire DeJoy. About.usps.com. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/politics. Donald Trump spends a lot of time and energy trying to figure out how to block mail-in ballots, says administration insider. President Donald Trump is obsessed with mail-in ballots and how to block Americans casting their vote by post, reported The Washington Post on Saturday. Trump has claimed that the U.S. Postal Service shouldn't receive more money so people cannot cast their ballots by post. The president has claimed the mail-in voting enables widespread fraud, a claim denied by election officials. Democrats, including former Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, are accusing the president of seeking to suppress votes with his attacks on mail-in voting. The president has claimed the mail-in voting enables widespread fraud. Yep. Initially, Trump went around falsely claiming that mail-in voting would result in unduly delayed election results as well as fraud, then set about in earnest to sabotage the USPS in order to make sure that millions of likely Democratic votes never get counted, and that fraud takes place. The orange donkey is a criminal to his core. The pattern of seeking out criminal behavior rather than simply doing what most Americans are asking for continues. How does this idiot not realize he could have won his re-election if he had just taken COVID? Seriously, as embarrassing as that sounds for America, his compulsion to lie, cheat, steal, and play partisan political games knows no bounds. COVID was a total gift for him to win re-election with, had he had an iota of competence. If only he spent that much time on dealing with the pandemic. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS Show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS Show, and I'll see you tomorrow.